He's a seasoned financial and life coach who aims to give inspiration and guides required in achieving financial fitness and your goals in 3 months. He has helped countless number of people achieve significant and specific success along any of the 6 dimensions: financial, business, career, relational, societal, and even spiritual. He is a man that has defied many odds and surmounted different hurdles, and today has become a major voice in the human capacity development industry. He has experience in consulting, has helped individuals and corporate bodies achieve remarkable success, and he does this under a life coach program focused on success, fulfillment, execution, business strategy, emotional mastery, and other areas. He is a prolific speaker, a character that has won him the name talker. He honors an average of 30 public platforms yearly. At an early age, he was a terrible stutterer who would use an average of 4 to 8 minutes to say his name. But today, he has broken the chatterbox. He now consults for individuals and organizations. He trains, he's on TV, he makes training videos that are being downloaded by hundreds of thousands of people across the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about no other person than CORNELL AGWU.
Good morning. Such a privilege to be here. I'm a bit nervous this morning. One, when you have your big brother and your father in the same place waiting to listen to you, you know that you're in trouble to perform. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Your push and your mentorship and you did a lot of things. Your boy is no longer, he's not a man. All right, so let's talk about money. I'm not here to teach about something I like the smell of, something I like the feel of it, something I like the taste of it, and something I like the romantic nature around it, which is money. So this is the fine boy first. All right. In the opening, I stumbled on this some years ago. That says that you cannot save or earn your way to wealth. No matter how much they pay you, you can never, ever, ever earn enough to become financially free. Neither can you save enough to become financially free. The reason why so many people actually are trapped in what I call the treadmill of poverty is because they keep earning, thinking that it's all about earning. Let me even say at this point that there's nobody in this room who is having or who will ever have income problem. What you have at this time might be all you need to have to be able to create your financial self-help that you're looking for. The danger that we have in creating wealth is actually more income. So at the point that you are, what you have is good enough. Working, the last time I worked, my income was slashed by 50% because I actually wanted to work because I want to learn. I never want to work because of, making money, because I mean, it's an organization just like Wale. I was based in Calabar at the time, so I was my pastor's PA. After the service, they brought him the service report, and I looked at our income. On Wednesday service, we had 350 people that came for that service. Offering was 1,350 naira. My pastor gave 1,000 naira. So apart from my pastor, myself, and the remaining 349 people only gave 350 naira. Tithe was 150. I'm the one that gave the tithe. And my pastor said, thank God there was tithe on a midweek service. That thing struck me. Now, how did people in Lagos able to buy private jets and build big houses with their tithe and offering. If they are burying goats, I want to move down to Lagos to know how to bury goats and the kind of goat they bury. So I can come back and tell my pastor, this kind of goat I used to bury. So let's go and buy our goat and bury. At the time, my church was about 5 years old. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Lagos. The second reason why I moved down to Lagos, I had everything going for me in Calabar then. I had 4 businesses, just resigned from where I used to work, CBN. Because what they're paying me in a month was what I was making in a day from my truck. So if you were me, will you continue working? And I was a bit arrogant because when I was resigning, my boss told me, he said, Cornell, you have a good prospect in this organization. The way you are going, you have a good prospect. And I look at my boss in the face, I said, sir, with due respect, if you follow me, I will pay you better. And I resigned. I was doing truck business, I was doing haulage, full-time haulage. I was selling gold, I was selling clothes, selling female undies. In fact, sold distributor of female undies in Crossover State. I sold female undies as a campus pastor in a female hostel. It's your size. It's your size. Why? Because on this money does not smell undies. It's real money, it's real stuff. Okay. But listen, when I resigned to my business, 2 months down the line, I was duped. I lost everything. The only thing I had at the point where the whole thing started or happened was $1,000. How can you fall from that point to this point in 2 months? And I can't go back because I didn't resign the way people resign. I went to work on Friday and resigned on Monday. Who does that? Cornell. So I went to speak at a particular conference in Calabar. After speaking for 1 hour 30 minutes, the whole hall was on fire. And another guy came from Lagos. I've forgotten his name now because it wasn't important. And the guy spoke for only 1 hour. They gave me 5K. They gave the guy 50,000. They gave me the guy's tithe. So I went to meet, just to understand what I was talking about. So I went to meet the organizer. I said, what did I do wrong? Maybe the same thing. The guy said he came from Lagos. I said, really? At that point, I started hearing from God. Move to Lagos. Move to Lagos. So I had these two objectives. That's why I moved down to Lagos. Nothing more, nothing less. So I started working. I got a few jobs. Then I started working with my pastor, the church, because I want to know where they are going to bury the goat so that I can be involved. And I started heading the finance. The first Sunday after service, we had 8.5 million. Shaggy. I felt God wasn't fair. My church in Calabar was 5 years old. This guy was just 2.5 years old. God, you are not fair. Listen, location does not determine what you earn. What determines what you earn is 3 things, and I'm gonna break them down. You need cash flow, you need knowledge, you need asset base. So if you want to become wealthy, I'm not yet wealthy, but baby, I'm fucking rich. There's no apologies to that. If you see, after this session, you might not like me, but that does not mean that I'm poor. If you want to be wealthy, listen, stop buying landed properties. Build cash flow. So many people in this town they are very wealthy on paper, but so broke in cash-wise. Guess what? You can't pay for house rent on using your landed papers. Can you? No. Assets can never guarantee your wealth. You need cash flow. This morning I was thinking, how many houses did Dangote have? But guess what? He has stuff that give him money every day. Cash flow is the king. That is why, for instance, they don't give entrepreneurs loan. But why? But they give people that work 9 to 5. What's the difference? The 9 to 5 guy have a consistent cash flow of 12 times every year. But entrepreneurs, we can't determine what comes to us. But how can you flip it? How can you flip that chart to be able to determine what consistently comes to you per time? You want to be wealthy? First of all, build passive income. When I moved down to Lagos, I made a mistake about land there in Nigeria. I sold it after 6 months. Because when I started doing transport business, I needed to buy a second car, and it took me for 2 months. I was looking for who to buy the land. Nobody was coming. In fact, the only guy that came after 2 months, look at the land, thought I was desperate. The land I paid 600. The guy had the mind to price me 250. Why won't God punish him? See, that's what I determined that. Guess what? People, I'm not saying don't buy land, but make sure that you're not using your egg fund to tie down the name of investment. Let me tell you, this is why people buy landed property first before anything else, because any fool can buy a land. But it takes an intelligent person to build cash flow. Let me say that again. Any fool can buy a land, but it takes guts to build cash flow. The only land I have ever since then is just one land. But guess what? How can you determine someone that have 10 different sources of income? It's not about prayer. It's not about prayer and fasting. It takes cuts. Assets. Now, so people talk about it's about buying land. It's about buying buildings. Can I even shock you again? Let me just debunk this again. This real estate stuff. Building is a depreciating asset. Land is an appreciating asset. How do you make it? Build cash flow. Use your return on the cash flows to buy a landed property. That's land. Because you build business give you cash flow. You secure your cash flow using landed property. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. You build your cash flow machine, which is through business. Whatever comes from that business can buy you land anywhere in this country if you build that business well. Do you think Dangote will negotiate to buy any land anywhere in this country if you want to buy? No. Why? He has a cash flow. In fact, they will give him land, pay whenever you have it. Why? He has a cash flow. Are you getting what I'm saying? Don't look at people that are buying land first. Build a cash flow machine. Guess what? You go and buy their land when they want to sell. Just allow them to go on vacation and come back. You buy the land from them. Because they'll come back poor. Alright. So working to earn is the beginning of financial crisis. You don't work to earn. When I was working, when I moved down to Lagos and started learning how to, knowing how to bury the goat and all that, my salary was 128,000 naira. That was what they paid a graduate who is a chartered accountant. I have 8 years work experience, but they say that's the only thing they can pay you. But I took it because I want to know how they went to, when they want to go and bury the goat. So I started working. Moved down to my own house at a time in Aja. When you move to Lagos, one of the things on your head is to have your own house. It's a big issue. So when I moved into my own place, I was telling God, thank you that night. Thank you for having a roof over my head. Not that I was homeless, but I just moved out from my brother's house. And I heard in my spirit, you have 11 months to pay the next house rent. 650,000 naira. If you do the math, it's over 50% of my annual income. That the landlord will sit down somewhere, cross his leg. That's part of cash flow. Whether I work, I don't work. Whether I like, let me sleep in the office. Once it's 12 months, he must get alert, otherwise I'll move out. So I told myself 2 things. It's either I determine to save, to pay this house rent, or to build an asset that can pay for this rent. Then the second issue that I have, because where I used to live before is close to the office, so I joined my brother to work and I joined him back home. Now I moved down to Aja, working in Lekki, so I need a means of going to work with a car. But I have saved 850. So why can't I go and buy a pencil light? That was what I was playing in my head. Buy a pencil light, take it to work every day and come back. When I went to go and buy the car, I saw the one I like, 800,000. It was a good car. AC was working. As I was about transferring the money to the guy, I heard, what do you need? Mobility or a car or a means to work. I just need how to get to work. So which means that even if I dress up in the morning and carry my bag and do like this and play in the office, it's fine, isn't it? Fine. And that's what I need. Then, my hair started ringing. Then the guy that took me there came to me and said, Oga, do you know I was looking for who would buy me a car for hire purchase? Then said, listen, I'm Igbo man. We like making money, alright? The guy said, I will give the guy this person 100,000 naira every month. I work for 7 days a week, because you must go to work every day. 7 days a week, 4 weeks every month, and they will give me 125,000. And this guy, I will be somewhere chilling, and he will dash me 100,000. He says, I even see the car that I like, Golf that have no AC. So the Golf I came to your house last. I said, Shige, let's go and see the Golf. And I went to get, the guy said he wants 550. I said, you know, get alloy wheel, you know, get this one, you know, get this one. I was bluffing, but I was praying in my head, this is God, let this thing walk. The guy said, okay, I'll bring 500,000. I gave the guy 500,000. Give the car to the guy at 1.2 million, because I'm a nice guy. With one condition, he must come and pick me in the morning, and he must drop me back every day. Any day you fail, you are fired. Now listen, did I solve my transport problem? But I was still making 100,000. So, the first alert came. How can I multiply this madness? So I went to the office in the morning, took a devotion, and I preached about financial management. How you can manage your money, blah, 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 blah. I was selling something. When I preached, I said, let's do a job. 100,000. Let's step up the game. Remember, I was spending 125,000. 100,000. Stretch your faith. See people sign up. They will start that job. I said I will collect first. You know I'm head of account. How will you know that I will transfer to you if I didn't collect first? Yeah. That's the idea. I know what I was doing. I collected first. Guess what? I bought the second car. Under 100,000. The second month, my strategy was intact. The car paid their job. This is working. I went to church. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that look cheap. You know, difference between looking rich and being rich. I'm gonna get there. Let's do this. 7 people sign up again. I mobilized them in 3 cars. 4 years, we have 32 cars. Not lifting a finger, not driving in Lagos. Because I have not justified in my brain how I will be on 160,000 driving on the road and somebody will beat me and I'll answer from that car. It doesn't make sense. Because each car will give 160,000 every month. So imagine driving 160,000 in traffic. Imagine it.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. It's financial foolishness. But guess what? I have a right to save and pay the rent. But I decided not to. Because the first car become what I call rent assets. Yeah. One day I went to the farm and I want to book flight back. And they said flight going back is 38,000. Me. Where they go? Guess what? I'm not in a hurry to come back. Because the next appointment is the following day. Where is God is good. Listen. I went to God is good. I downloaded audiobook. Audiobook for 4 hours. So guys, let's do this. Went to God is good. Paid 11,000 AC was. In 7 hours I was in Lagos. It was when we were coming exactly at your rate that it dawned on me that everything around me have assets that pay for them, apart from one thing, house help. And I'm going to marry very soon. I should need a house help. How will I generate 35K? How will the girl be being in my house, eating my food, taking my ass, and I'll be hustling to pay your 35,000? Error. So I created assets that deep that will pay the house help before the house help show up. Question number 1. If you meet up the target of $1,000 every month, what are you going to do with it? 2 options, blow it. Second option, multiply it. Yeah. The choice is yours. Let's go back to my slide. Is it making sense? Yeah. So your paycheck, no matter how big the paycheck is, will never make you wealthy or rich. In fact, what I call the paycheck trap. Because once you make 200,000, guess what is playing in your head? You want to make to 50K. Once you make to 50K, guess what comes again? You want to make 300. 300, this is making sense, let's make 600. Why? Because your income was a paid Pakistan law that says that expenses must match up, must contribute to what? Your income. But the question is, how do you make sure that you humble Pakistan law? How do you make sure that you don't obey that law? There's something I teach, I call it the pie model. And the pie model simply states that your income, that your paycheck, or your return on whatever you're doing, the business you are in, your, what do you call it, your returns, is not meant to be spent on your living expenses. Yeah. You don't work to spend. That's the error that some of us make. Sometimes I wish to go back to paid employment because I will so use my boss and my office that they will beg me to resign. How can you turn your income, your paycheck, into an asset? Listen to this model. So once you make, let's say 200,000, or let's say $500,000, it's an error for you to start breaking your living expenses around that $500,000. The first thing that will be in your head is, how can I create more passive income that takes care of my living expenses? You know why? Because you can never earn enough to meet your earnings. You can never earn so much money that all your earnings are being, it's not possible. It's not possible. So, but how can you create passive income that will take care of your living expenses? That's why the pie model is in existence. But listen, you can't create a pie model until you deal with your with what I call your COP. That's your culture of poverty. And what is the culture of poverty? The culture of poverty is simply your appetite to spend. Let me ask you a question. That dress that you bought the last time because you like the color, not because you need it. When was the last time you used it? That shoe that you bought just because you liked how comfortable it is in your leg, not because I actually need a new shoe. After you can afford it. I was talking to somebody over the week, and the girl want to get married. The budget is 10 million. She want to feed only 1,000 people. And I was just listening. In my mind, this one, if I'm your husband, 2 things. Or your husband will be 2 things. Divorce you before I marry you. Or disown you before I meet you. How can you spend 10 million to feed 1,000 people that will never tell you thank you, God bless you? In fact, they will complain the meat is too small. The rice is not tasting well. The drink is not chilled. And I asked the lady a simple question. Okay, fine. How much do you worth? He said, what do I mean? Which means he was 0. After what next? He said, well, wasn't. Okay. What about your children? How much have you saved up for them? Nothing. But she said, how would they know that my fiancé lives in America? I'm talking about real experience. And I said, how they will know that the guy lives in America is not for you to kill the guy before he arrives. Cut your coat. No, not according to your size. Because sometimes your coat and your material you have is very small. According to the material. Sometimes the material you add elastic. Culture of poverty is what has brought us to where we are. Culture of poverty is what makes you to live in a house that's taking about 60% of your annual income, and yet you are enduring the pain. How would they know that you're not a big babe? How would they know that you're not a distributor of Sapphire Scent perfume? How would they know? How would they know? So you're going to buy a 2016 Toyota Camry, not because your old car is bad, but because how would they know that you're not right? Culture of poverty is a culture that makes you to spend 5 million celebrating a 1-year-old birthday when the guy doesn't even need it. Meanwhile, there's nothing you have saved for the child. A culture of poverty will always tell you, do it. Just because you want to prove a point. It's not a must that you must go on vacation. If you feel like going and you don't have the money, and you know there's no asset that can pay for it, that's what I recommend. Take a trip down to your village. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Try it. Okay. So listen, your core financial problem is not how much you make, but how much you manage, multiply, and grow what you earn consistently. So there are 3 levels of people that earn money. There are 3 levels of income earners. Let me run it with you. Number 1, there are people that I called, what you call income earners mentality. That's the first topic. So these guys, they trade their time for their income. So which means that if they stop working today, they'll never go to any dime anymore. The danger about this kind of people is that they trade the most vital point of their life, the most vital asset that they have, which is their time, to earn money. But guess what happens? The tax that they pay is more than what the people that build business and investors are paid combined together. How can you earn, go to work 9 to 5, trade your time, trade your life to earn money, and you end up paying almost 30% of what you earn? They call it income tax. But that's what we do. The second people are what they call the passive income earners, which is actually why we are here. So you have your basic job, then they have something else you are doing that bring you money. The danger with this kind of thing is that they give you an illusion of wealth. Because let's say you're earning 300,000 and what you are doing by the side is giving you another 300,000, you feel automatically, I am wealthy. But you are not. You are not. It's an illusion. Because you still have to give it to a friend. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because you still have to go pay tax on that money, about 25%. But at the third people, which I call the entrepreneurs stroke investors, there's something he put up on Instagram. I saw it and I was laughing to myself. And the question I was asking myself is, I hope some people actually know this and take advantage of it. He put up a call. He said, invest 2 million and get 500,000. That's about 25% return. I did the math. And I'm asking myself, 25% in 12 months. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. But the question is, how can you earn passive income and what you call and what you call investment return in the same business? So let's say me, Mr. Paul, Mr. Steve are distributors. Once I see the opportunity, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to step up my game immediately. All I need is to look for 4 people who are willing to take the risk and invest 500,000 naira. And we're going to earn 500,000 naira. Are you getting my point? I was still working when I was doing my transport business, passive income. From transport business, I started building other businesses. I was still working when I was doing my agro business. Guess what? Agro business, as far as I'm concerned, is still a passive income. But guess what? I have flipped it a bit because there are people that doesn't pay tax at all, and those are people that are called investors. You don't pay tax on your done investment. It's 0 tax, but we don't know about it. But guess what I do? So guess what now? From my agro business, I invest in Buka restaurant. Food is ready. Mama put. I want to break it down. Guess what I did again last month? If you must, for all the investors I have, all the restaurants I have, 20 of them, what qualifies me? I don't have much time anymore. Now, for you to still retain with me, for me to still leave my money with you, I must supply you palm oil. Correct. I must supply you gari. I must supply you plantain. And if you are selling meat, I must supply the pig. Why? Because this is what I sell. You can't buy it from another place. And not supply for free, you buy it. Thank you. I'm not going to buy it, you buy it market price. Or I'll pull my investment. They were so happy about it. Guess what? It's coming to them. At least they're sure of the supply. At that point, it's no longer about me working. I'm chilling in my house. Every 25th of the month I must get a lot. Otherwise the business is closed down. A lady came to me and said he wants to invest in, he has this idea, he fried granite with 4 different flavors of granite. 4 different flavors. 4 different flavors. He needed 120. Somebody said go and meet CORNELL. And when he came to me crying, I said stop crying. You know, they need to move me again. If you like crying blood, I'll join you. I said I'm going to give you 200. Hey, God bless. I said relax. He's not alone. I'm going to take 35% of the business. He says, sir, 35%. Or I'll give you 200, you give me 60% return in 6 months. He said, no, sir, let's go to the other one. I said, shake it. Sign. She signed. The granite naan is in Spa, it's in ShopRite in Calabar, it's in Port Harcourt, it's in New York. Granite with different flavors. When I got the first check, I told her, you need more money to expand. It doesn't have to do with me. I'm not there to run the business. But I saw what she's not seeing. So your drive is not just to sell. You're going to sell to make money. I trust my father, I trust Mr. Paul. They're going to so fire you up, they're going to make so much money. But when you're making so much money, don't fall again into that web of treadmill. You know what it's called, treadmill of poverty? You are making so much effort, but guess what? You're not going nowhere. You are sweating because the more money is coming. But the day you become 50, you look back, all you have is stamp passport of countries I've been to, but no single investment in your name. Some people, like I said, will not afford to die. Now, especially if you're married, because you know the moment you die, that's the end. That's the end. All right. So, what is your income helping you to do? To create more wealth or to become broke? That's the question I want to answer. As you're making money, what does it help you to do? Become more broke or become wealthier? The choice is yours. And there's making opportunities everywhere around us. Now, there's 3 beliefs I want to debunk this morning that keep us in that treadmill, that trap of poverty. The first mindset is a mindset that believes that the poor use of money, using money to buy stuff, the understanding that I work hard for my money. And so, are you the first person? Don't put me wrong. I like wearing things that are very expensive. But guess what? I'm not the one that pays for them. I like eating expensive restaurants, but I'm not the one that pays for them. I like to appear, rich, but I'm not the one that pays for them. So who does? Assets. So before you start craving for them, make sure there's something that pays for whatever you're doing. My data ran out on Sunday when I went to speak, and it came out that my internet data is finished. And the lady that followed me to the place said, they are recharged now. I said, the assets have not paid. She was shocked. 2.5. I said, even if it's 500, the asset has not paid. Because where am I going to borrow the money to buy the recharge card from? My sweat? No. I hope I get what I'm saying. When I was living alone, at the time, I discovered that I was doing 11,000 plus on DSTV. And I traveled almost all the time. So I would return the DSTV and I'll travel. And the DSTV can't roll over, sure you know.
Yeah.
After a while I said, enough of this madness. So a friend of mine came to my house after 2 months and said, what happened to this if I say you have expired? Recharge now. I said, if you want to watch, recharge. When you finish watching, carry it home. When you expire, bring it back. If you want to watch anything, there's NTA free to air. Then I have films here I can watch. Then I have, for me, if I feel like watching film, there's YouTube. I already have money for data. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because it's not about how you feel. How does your pocket feel when it's done? Number 2 mindset is the belief that income is a representative of your wealth. Even if you're earning 2 million, it's not. Because there's something I call your CPL, crossing your poverty line. How much do you need to earn so that you can stop working? Think about it. How much much do you need to consistently have so that you can resign? How much? Until you make that money consistently over the next 1 year, you can't afford to resign. See, this is why some people work till 65 years, like my father, and died and there's nothing. You know, the other day we were thinking about going to read his will. So I told my brother, I said, I'm reading the will just to read. Because I didn't see what you want to inherit to. They said, let's just read it, so that I don't go be like, say, we are stubborn children. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why? Because till 65, that man didn't cross his poverty line. And it's not about how much you earn. Because I have a big brother who's earning so much. So much. But yet still below poverty line. So it's not about how much you earn. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. But how much do you need to have? See, that will determine the kind of asset you need to create for yourself. That determines the level of your hustle. Because for me to cross my poverty line, guess what? I need more 15 years. To be in that position where all my basic needs will be met, all my aspirational needs will be met, and all my dream expenses are also taken care of. But until I come to that point, I don't need to stop working. And you get what I'm saying? Your poverty line is very important if you need to become wealthy. The third mindset is the belief that if I'm very intelligent, if I'm a good salesman, and experienced, I have a high chance of becoming wealthy. Lie. Why? Because smart people are always poor, but the dumb people are always rich. When I was in school, I didn't graduate with 2-1. I left 2-2. So I wasn't smartest in my class. But in my second year, and I hated the course I studied. I hated the course because, how can I be counting other people's money that's not my own? I'm balancing book that's not my own. I'm not the owner of the book, I'm balancing it. But in my second year, I discovered a gap in Calabar then that every businessman wants to have an accountant, but they can't afford an accountant. Are you getting what I'm saying? They want to make sure that they're making profit, so they desire to make sure that their books are good, but they can't afford it. So guess what I started doing? I'll go to them and said, I can help you prepare your books, your P&L, balance sheet, cash flow analysis, and all of those things, your stock taking. I have to do that. Take this exercise book, record your sales, record your expenditures and all that. I will come back on Friday to pick the book. Then so that can help me to bring it every week. So that at the end of the month I can give you a P&L. I can give you a cash flow analysis. I can give you all of those books that we convince people with. And they agreed, they said they're going to cost you 5,000. They sign up. Then, within 2 months, I had 30 people. The task increased because why do you want to hire an accountant when I can do the job 5,000? Think about it. So everybody started finding the accountant and hiring us. So I came back to my class, meet the 5 top guys in my class. I said, guys, I have a job. They jumped to the offer, and I was paying them 5K a month. I collect 5,000, I'll give you, but I still have clients. In my 4th year, we had 150 people that were servicing. I stopped doing the work. My work is go around and collect the money, so I can pay you 5,000. You do the work, you send it back to me. He sent it back to me because I don't want to go and know the people. So he sent it to me. I will look at it. I will print it out and why? They are already smart. They are already intelligent. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. So they like the job, I don't like it. What am I looking at it for? I print 30%. In a final year, when the final exam, they were putting when they said water and rolling on the floor and all that, we have finished. Bye to Unica. I walk up to them and said, remember, we have account to balance the bill. If you end this bill, you're going home. That phone stopped. They flooded me back immediately. Who is the boss? Same class or somebody is paying me. 5 of them are still doing 9 to 5. In fact, one of the highest of all of them is earning 450. One day I was having a discussion with a guy. I was in office and we were chatting. And somebody called me and said, I need Colonel, do you have palm oil? I said, yes, I have. He said, I need 100 gallons. I said, fine. Send the money and I'll forward it to you. The guy forwarded immediately, and I just called my manager and said, go and supply. In his presence, I made $500,000. He worked 9 to 5 for 1 month, and they paid him for 450K. And the guy said, life is not fair. I said, yes. It's not. Why? He chose to remain smart. I choose to remain dumb. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the common excuses why you're not financial free? You want to know? Let's run through it, because I think my time is fast spent already. Number one, I don't earn enough money yet. How lie you are? Because what you earn already is enough. Number two, I still have time. I stumbled on the research that says that if you're 30 years old, you have less than 21,000 hours to live. And my mindset changed. Yes. He said if you are 30 years old already, you have less than 21,000 hours to live. Which means that once you turn 31, do the math. So which means that you're dying every day, yet think you are living. And I put it this way, if you have not made your first 1 million at 30, it may take you a longer time to make that first 1 million. And I have another twist to it. If you're 32 and they have not given out 1 million, you have not yet broken your poverty mentality. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because the moment you give out that money, something happens to your brain. It expands it. It can't attract an investment to ideas of 1 million naira anymore. Number three, I have too much bills to pay. Who created the bills? You. Listen to this. Poverty is no longer lives in slums and ghetto. In fact, there's poverty living next to my door. Because the guy has been on a 1 week, on a 1 month vacation in Zanzibar. I don't know where that is. But he called me. But interestingly, he called me 2 days ago. He said, "CORNELL, we are trapped." I said, "What happened?" Terrorists. He said, "No, it's I'm cash trapped. I need 200K now." I said, "To pay 250." I'm not the one that sent you. I said, "To pay 250." He said, I said, "I have another call." He said, yes. I said, "Send me an SMS immediately," because he can deny me. Send me an SMS. He sent an SMS and transfer. You went on a vacation and make money. Praise God. So poverty is no longer living in slums. 21st century poverty drive expensive cars, like the one you are driving. I don't want to call your name. Lives in Otako, area 1. Wears Zara items. Zara. Even they don't know the person that's Zara. Maybe Zara is wearing t-shirt. Eat at exotic restaurant, but have no financial security. If I let me flip it this way, that poverty is no longer a concept. It now becomes a lifestyle. People now brag. Have you finished your own paycheck? If I don't finish your own, well, my own don't finish your own. Me too. We are in this together. What's going on? Spending all you earn is not a sign of being patriotic. It's not. What are you doing to yourself? There's no award for being poor. Let me hear me again. There's no award. There's no national honor for the person that spent the highest money. Okay. So there are people I called looking good, going nowhere. They look so good, smell so as in oh God. One of my church members, I like greeting the guy every Sunday. Because the guy's perfume, God, Jesus Christ, he can make you speak in tongues. He will borrow to buy new suit every month. Yes. How would they know? He's in quiet. Because he was stand there every Sunday. Reading God, praising God, but broke. My God. Okay. So what are the little things that are taking your money? If you are in this hall, can you vow that he can tell us where you spend, how you spend every income that comes to your hand in the last quarter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only. What about how much you make? He can say how much you make every month. He can track it, everything. Okay, let me shock you now. Let's do a quick one. If, for instance, you went to go and buy lunch, you have a lunch budget, right? For some of us. If somebody paid for your lunch, did you make money that day? Yes. Can you track it? Yes. How many of us actually saved that money? Only one, only two, only three of us. You're not sure. Listen, if you want to buy water, you have the money to buy water, it's in your budget. And somebody paid for that money, for that water, guess what? Until you remove that money from wherever, your pocket, your handbag, your whatever, and deliberately save that money, you have not yet saved it. So every income earner have additional 10% that comes back to the person every month, but we don't track it. Once the person pays for the food, well, thank God, my data, recharge card. So that you begin to remember, oh, my hair is smelling. Meanwhile, you have been enduring the smell. You have been enduring, you remember that, the news is now somehow. But you have been carrying like that. Deal with your spending triggers. That's what I'm saying. Number 4, I want to launch big. I want to make it hammer. Once I earn this $1,000, wow, I'm going to do this. Don't wait until you earn it. Don't wait until you earn the money yet. Start setting up structures that can swallow the money before it comes. Are you getting what I'm saying? Number 5, uncontrolled what? Appetite. Look at this. Look at this picture. Look and tell me the person that look like it. Do you know the person? Do you know the person? The person might sit next to you, so don't look around. Just look straight to me. They like buying shoes. Shoe freaks, right? But listen to that word in there. Your earning will never satisfy what? Your earnings. Your greatest asset is your ability to earn. Second asset is your time. So whatever takes your time and takes your ability to earn actually is impoverishing you. The moment you break free from that, I like this quote. I like this quote. Your hard work is never equal to what? Hard income. It's never. I've done all manner of things. I know that the sweetest of the money ever that I make is one that I'm sleeping and I get a lot. Like the one that came yesterday night, I was so happy about it. And the driver called me and said, "Sir, have you seen it as I have seen it? God bless you." I was not there. I hate driving, but I don't make that I shouldn't get money from driving. Are you getting what I'm saying? Someone told me that I needed to pay. So I was free ill, but I must pay this money so that I can reduce how much I'm owing you. I say, God bless you, you are healed. But I'm getting my alert. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I hate it when I have to be there to earn, because it gives me a sense that I'm still doing 9 to 5. Are you getting what I'm saying? Money is valueless if it cannot be used to create as a lever to create more wealth and time. So the reason why we earn is because we want to create more time and create more income. Question: if you stop earning money today, how long will it take you for you to borrow or steal? How long? If you stop working today, how long will it take you? If I let me put it this way, if you go to the office tomorrow morning and say, "It's nice seeing you, we are downsizing, and sorry, your name is on the list," what will you gonna do? How long will it take you before you start borrowing and harassing you? Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes, sir. How long will it take you? What are you slaving for? What are you working so hard to do? To look good? To move apartments? Or to drive a new car? I was talking to married people. They said they should come and talk about money and romance. And I was telling them, I said, an average somebody that is married, get married, if what we tell you, if your wife took in at the honeymoon, you have 21 years to hustle for that child. And it costs you about 48 billion to pay the child school expenses. 48 million. That doesn't include the clothes on the child's back. It does not include the shoes, the ice cream, or the diaper, whatever. He doesn't put the medical. I'm talking about school expenses. If you're 31, that's add 21 years to your age. You see reason why so many men die young. Because they have 4 children. 4 children times 48 million. Exactly. Divide how much you currently earn by 21 years. It will shock you how much you need to save every month. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the best time to start hustling and preparing for them is before they even arrive. I used to have a vision of 4 children. Yes, 2 boys and 2 girls. In fact, my dream there is my son will be a public speaker. So sometimes you go and speak first, then I'll come, we'll collect money from 2 ways. But after I did that maths, 48 million times 1 times 4 plus the mother. God give me a new vision. 2 is fine. Guess what? 2 girls, we celebrate God. 2 boys, hallelujah. 2. I want to live long. Then when we finish training them, if you have change, then we'll adopt. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. But I was in year 2 when I started hustling for them and saving for them. My son is 10 years on board. My daughter is 7, no, it's 8 years now on board. Their mother is 3.5 years on scene. But guess what? The son is over 10 million worth, unborn. The daughter is over 8 million, unborn. Their mother over 4 million, unseen. Why? Because I don't want to repeat the same cycle of error that my parents made, thinking there's time. All they told me, my dad was telling me before he passed on, how he knows when in GRA, when a plot of land in GRA is at 45 naira. That I know. He said, I was in Lagos when Lekki was water everywhere. He knows. But my man, I was telling you, know. Why don't buy the water? Buy the water, leave it for us. I mean, that was what played in my head. And to him, he was telling me history. For me, it's interesting. Am I eating history? Or what are you doing for your own children? That's a big question. All right. In summary, I want to dump this because I've said all of them. In summary, I'm going to say 4 things that are going to happen this year. The first thing that's going to happen this year is that whatever you are doing, please make sure that you involve yourself in active investment before October. I'm not a prophet of doom, but it's going to be economic shift that's going to happen in October that will shock everybody. There's going to be a heavy economic shift that's going to happen in October. I don't know how it's going to happen, but prepare for it. If you have never bought FG bond, please go. See, I don't recommend shares and stocks, but I beg you, go and buy federal government bond, 5K, buy it. Number 2, no matter whatever you are doing, don't even save this year. Don't save money. I beg you in the name of God, hedge your money, because you save it, you're going to lose it. Forget that thing they tell us about in school, that savings is a part of your income, blah, 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 blah. I asked my lecturer, who was teaching us then, financial management, telling us all the savings and all the models. And I asked the guy before, I said, sir, if you know all these models, what's stopping you from being rich? The guy promised me a carryover and gave me the carryover. He promised me the carryover and gave it to me. In fact, he gave me 2 results, 127, the other 172. I said yes. The first one was what you have. The second one was what I promised you. Give. But guess what? He resigned at my final year. I saw him. I was like, "Hi, sir." I was beefing. He said, "Colonel, come. Thank you for that wisdom. I've resigned now. I'm into printing. I want to apply what I teach you guys." Are you getting what I'm saying? Because I don't understand why you know so much and yet you are broke. Don't save money, hedge your fund. The third thing, diversify your income and ability. Look for ways to earn more as fast as possible.
Yeah.
You're already in the one. You're already in one. Sapphire Cent is only one of channel. How do you double it? Like I said, be a distributor, but beyond distributor, can you be an investor in the same industry? Are you getting it? The fourth one, don't take investment risk solo. Collaborate. I've said my own. I will see you guys in October and I'll ask you how far. So, I don't think I've said this or I've said it on any platform before. Because it just came. But listen, me that I've never done treasury bills before in the last 8 years or thereabout. I am heavily now doing treasury bills just to tie my money down. I don't say. I was telling Mr. Porter, I said, if I see 100K or 200,000 in my account, I begin to panic. Reason, I don't need the money to be there. Let the account be vacant. See, I prefer it. It's fine. My creativity comes when it's 5,000 in the account.
Yep.
Reason, I know what to do if I need 100,000. The money will drop. Why should I put my money in my bank? Bank will earn money. I saw something happened. Mr. Paul did something yesterday, and guess what? As soon as you know, I could have called you. Bank billed me 1,370 naira. I lost sleep. When I saw it, sleep disappeared. I was pissed. What? 1,000? That's the recharge card. That is ice fish too. That's a full foul. Yes. I say, I don't have to pretend. This is me. A full foul that bank collected from me. Because there's money in my account. So why shouldn't I leave the money vacant? Leave the account like that. You want me to bank statement, I'll print it for you because you see the money is moving. Where it's moving to is not your business. But it's going. Don't leave money there. Stop. I know it might be part of your money personality because we have what they call the 5 different money personalities: the hoarder, the saver, the spender, the amasser, and the money mob. If you're a hoarder, yes, seeing money in your bank account give you a sense of self-worth. But listen, it's a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief. And again, creating different ways of making money and thinking about what to making money is also a limiting belief. So there's no business that is the best. Just know what works for you and find a balance. Before, Cornell would not ordinarily put money in the pocket or hand in the pocket and say, I'm going to move it. Move it to do what? When I can download it and watch. To go and pay 2.5.
That's too fast.
That's too far. So let me take it. That is a whole bag of palm kernel. I'm going to watch movie. Am I the one that had the movie? But guess what? Because I need to balance my money personality, I deliberately become a spender. Sometimes I just go. It's paying me, but I'm doing it. Serious. I'm hurting, but I'm spending it. Why? I want to have a balance in my mindset. I need to build a balance. What is your personality? Are you a saver? Savers are losers. My parents saved all their lives, but yet we're where we are. Yes, yeah. Thank God. There's food at home all the time, but we need more than food. All my friends then they have cars that carry them all around. We have one car, daddy's car. If you misbehave, you won't enter. If you behave, you enter. Yes. If you don't wash it, you won't enter for 1 week. Standard. But they have cars that pick them up. Our driver is coming. Our driver always comes last to go out. Because when the drivers come and move there, my own driver will show up. You know the driver? I will adjust myself. Put the car in gear 1, then I'll take off. Do I want to repeat that error? God forbid it. I want my son, my daughter, is working on the road at 21. Somebody stopped her and said, hey, fine girl. He said, look at you, size you up. He said, what can you give me that my father cannot provide? Then my daddy can provide ×3. Get out. And she'll come back and I'll hug her. My daughter. Or maybe you show up in my house and say, have vision. And your balance sheet is saying 0. What professor make when I come back? Because you cost me my life. You cost me my life to do what I'm doing. I was Nasaba. I'm summarizing. I was Nasaba. One of those days, everything is gone. My business was gone then. Nothing was working. Living in a mud house. He's a guy that had 25 people working under him before. But I have money in my children account then. And I moved then into the Keystone Bank to withdraw money. As I was coming in, I saw at this where my daughter cried. Following me and said, Daddy, why? We can endure this longer. I said, I've been eating for 2 days. He said, endure. He said, Daddy, do it. Daddy, you said, you quoted what I just said a few minutes ago, that any man that wants to come and marry me must declare his assets. If you tamper with this money, will you have the integrity of faith to be able to ask any man to declare? I said, I need to get alive first to born you. I broke down. How much do I want to know from the account? 3,000. Thank God I didn't touch it. Thank God I didn't touch it. Look at this quote as a round up. Something to say. But listen, no matter what you do, it's not in the word of my father, Steve Harris. It's not what you have that limits you. It's what you have that you don't know how to use. There's so much money all around us, but the reason why you don't maximize the money is because you don't even know it. I like this quote by a gentleman that I trust so much. He says, "It is not more money that curb excessive desires. Is what? Is discipline. If you cannot manage 100,000, trust me, you can't manage a million. If you cannot deal with 50,000 naira income, additional income, you can't deal with 5 million. You can't deal with 5 million. And it's not about what you know. It's about how do you multiply what you know. It's not about where you are. It's about how do you double your strength. How do you leverage on your strength, on your skill, your effort, your knowledge, and your income to be able to create more income for yourself. It's a game of leverage. It's a game of leverage. In wealth creation, it's a game of leverage. How can I be in Abuja, for instance, and my people are slaving in the forest, doing production, and I'm still here, and when they finish, it's not fair. When you produce 1,000 gallons, 100 gallons, for instance, and all your salary put together is less than 10 gallons. Life is not fair. But the law of wealth only obey the people that have a system that can accommodate it. What system are you creating to make sure that you're not broke or you stop being broke? Thank you very much, Abuja. Thank you for having me.
I know you were not just motivated, you have an action plan. So there's a cut down on the Brazilian hairs, there's a cut down on the shoes that we need to buy. We need to plan for the future. Thank you so much, sir. I was really inspired, and you talked to me directly. Thank you so much. Any question in the house? Any question? I know people have a whole lot of questions, because this is what we are dealing with, especially in this time in Nigeria. Any question? Anybody? Okay, I have one. I'm just going to. Wow. Everybody wants to have this question. Okay, so 1 minute. 1 minute. So we start with you, sir.
So thank you very much for your time and a lot of knowledge. 2 questions. Do you consult for private individuals?
Yes.
Okay, fine, fantastic.
What is price now? Correct. What is price now? The price now. What is price now?
So that's one. Secondly, how are you able to manage all of these businesses without being present? I follow you on Instagram, I noticed the value of oil, and how are you able to manage that? Because most businesses they say fail because there's no, the owner is not on ground. So how do you do that?
Okay, so I have an ideology that says that whatever that takes my time 100% to be able to make money is under 9 to 5. I don't want to go back to another paid employment. All right. Then number 2 is that nobody can run a business. All we need to do is that we create a system, not the business, that will monitor the system. All right. So for every business I have, 10 of them, there's always a structure and the systems around it, and it doesn't take up to 6 months. Once I create a system and put the right people in place for the system, I step out immediately. Because I need to create another business. So it's about system building. It's about structural building. I get what I'm saying. So build the right structure, and the structure actually is in 5 places: sales and marketing, customer service, production, accounts. Very important because you need to monitor your cash flow as well. And let me say this: in accounting, an accounting structure, you don't sell. Sorry, I can't give now. My staff has no direct access to cash. No matter how anointed you can become. I don't want to tempt you with cash. So I deal with the cash collection myself. You pay into the corporate account. Then they deliver the goods to you. Are you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So build the right structure, build the right systems, and that will be it for you. Have I answered your question? Thank you. Okay. For instance, like my transport business.
What are your production materials?
Okay, fine. Okay, let me take the palm oil that you already know. All right. So we meal every week, every Friday or Saturday we must meal, and we must meal about 14 bags every week. 14 bags. I know that every 14 bags we meal, you give me between 35 to 40 gallons of oil. I know. Then in this machine that you're milling, the milling machine, for every drum that you pour, you take it, you calibrate it as well. So all I need to do is just to walk in and check the current and check that thing. They don't know that it has it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Then I already know already that depending on the size of the farm that you harvest from, I can tell you how many bags of kernel that you will have. I will tell you how many gallons of oil. That's why I say between 35 to 40. But because of, depending on every site that you go to. Then for other people that we're milling for, again, it shows me on that chart. So I don't need to come and sit down with you and say, last week, just print my chart first. Then I'm holding the chart, I'm asking you questions. And what will tell you if you lie? You're fired. I don't have to. I have, see. Sorry, no problem. You need to deal with your emotion. Good, nice guys that run business.
Yes, sir.
I'm a nice guy. But I'm saying I'm a nice guy. I'm a beast. In the business war front, it takes heartless individuals to succeed. Why? Because people will take advantage of your niceness.
Yes, sir. Very true.
And they'll tell you, but they'll call you personal. I will lock you up. Holy, anointly lock you up. And if I'm not giving a lot of grace, I'll come and preach you inside the cell. No, I've done it before. Yes, so, especially if you're into transport business like myself as well.
Yeah.
So, transport is a very sweet business, but you need to know how to run it. So I have a mechanic that services all the cars. You don't give the person money. The money I pay. He services the car, you go. If you take it to another mechanic and anything happen to it, you are dead. Are you getting what I'm saying? Just build the right structure in the place. Let people know that. Give people in fact, I give an illusion that I like money. I love it. That's the mentality in their head. Oga can be very nice, but don't joke with his money. Why? Because I need my cash flow to be consistent. Does that make sense? Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I guess you just answered some part of my questions, but that final one was concerning the FGN bonds. I think looking at it recently, someone that was interested in investing spoke about if you moved the way you could just get it yourself, you have to go through these banks and their rates are not just favorable. Now you can't enter with anything less than 50 million, I think, something like that.
Like anyone that give the person right person. See, the investment brokers. There are brokers that can help you do that. But listen, let me just explain that. Please listen. When I mean buy FD fund, I don't mean to be there for a long time. All right. Okay. Use it to navigate after October. After October, I will liquidate mine. Because they give you about 13.5% every 6 months. They're about, I think I'm correct. 13.5%, that's the return on investment. All right? But it's not that if you put 1 million, they give you, it's a lie, it's prorated. All right? It's prorated over a period. But it's not for you, it's better than putting the money in savings account. So use it to type. I call that account a money mopping account for me. So it helped me to gather excess money from different sources together, and just put in there, end that 13.5%. Then after October, one economy settled in October, then I move money back to where I know it can multiply. I don't do money investment. I like it. I like the money to multiply faster.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll just take 2 more, and the rest just write it down, pass it to me at the end of all the other sessions we take.
Why you say you?
I'll take one from you.
Thank you so much for the session. I want to ask one simple question. Can you please give us a practical example of how to hedge your funds?
All right. So a practical example of how to hedge your fund is, for instance, as I started last year doing this madness, which is called, if I earn excess income, like income I didn't plan, maybe say, okay, the day I was traveling and the guy that started, I mistakenly paid for business class, mistakenly, because I was going for a business trip, private business trip. I don't need a business class. So I mistakenly paid for business class, and I told myself I'm going to make this money. So the guy that sat next to me was smelling good and looking good. So I started asking him a question: what will happen to you for you to be financially secure? But all those questions I asked, and the guy and I said, what if I said I want to help? I can help you. The guy said, what does it take? I said, 150K. The guy said, can you do 100? I said, only I can do 100 if you transfer the money, maybe you come down and if you have the session immediately with me now. So the guy did. That money I didn't plan for it. It came. All right. So 2 things for me is, what am I going to do with this 100,000? Do I need it? No. I need to hedge it. So I put it into someone else's business to be able to hedge. But shares is a form of hedge of fund. Shares, stock, stocks, mutual bond, mutual fund. Bonds is also a means of hedging your fund. Whatever, hedging your fund simply means that how can you secure your money against economic eventualities? How can you make sure that what is happening in the economy does not catch up with your fund? I know what I'm saying. So, for instance, you can decide to invest in someone's business, but investigate it well. If you put that money in that person's business and you have return on investment consistently, my minimum time return is 5 years. If I can have consistent return on that investment consistent for 5 years, I have hedged my fund against what is happening. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, my laundry business now, I started that laundry business because I just started 55,000. What's that? Is it beef? Okay. Please, I don't have time, please. Now, I started it because I discovered that I spent 6,000 naira in motivation clothes. Why should I do that? When I'm going to the celebrity. So the lady that comes to pick the cloth and wash and bring it back, I said, what do you want to do? She said, you want to open her own laundry place. Her own laundry. And she started working for her boss. I was saying, hey, I said, so what do you need now to start? I'm your first client. The guy said, the lady said I need 150. I said, I'll give you 200. But I will take 25% of that business. Yes. Then you wash my clothes. Free. No, not free. I'm not. Half the price. She agreed. And that's how I started. So last month I saw that it was good. It was very good. 150K. Awesome. Because I trained with my brothers. He can't live in my house and not wash no more. So all of them started washing. All my, as in I put crowd because it's not our business. So I have hedged that money against that. See, that's why I started everything. That's all the markets are open. Alright? Like the mechanical shop that is coming up. You can't have the 2 cars on the mechanic. Think about it.
It's actually on discipline.
Discipline?
Yes.
Okay.
For me personally, I think that's one of my biggest problems. How to discipline myself, probably to maybe stick to maybe a decision I've taken or maybe something I want to carry out. So I don't know, is there any other trick or any other magic to disciplining oneself to?
Can I ask you a question? Do you spend money you don't have?
No.
Fine, that's so.
No, but I've spent money I've not had before. Money that. No, not worry. The
You hope
money, yes, it's going to come and leave.
Okay, I want to give you a model I call the KISS model. I want to give you a model I call the KISS model.
Okay.
KISS. All right? The KISS model simply says that out of what you earn, are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So after you pay your tithe, do you believe in tithe?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So after you pay your tithe, divide your money again into 10. Yeah, that's one. All right? 20% of what you earn, you put it into long-term investment. The KISS model simply states that 20% of what you earn, you put it into long-term investment. Long-term investment. 10% you save. 10% of what you earn, you save into a medium-term investment. All right? 20% of what you get, you put it into what you call it emergency fund. All right? But I don't. Because in the financial world, there's nothing like emergency. Emergency is simply a lack of planning. Once you fail to plan, we call it an emergency. It doesn't exist. Including medical, whatever you want to call it, it does not exist anywhere. So 20% into long term, 10% into medium term, which is savings, 20%. See, the last 20% is the kind of fund that you put in if you want to resign. It's the money that you use to build your living expenses. So once you build, they say 6 months. I recommend 1 year. Once you build 1 year of your living expenses, then you can look your boss in the face and say, go to hell. Sorry. If not, you will go to hell. Are you what I'm saying? Then the remaining 50% live on it. Does it make sense? 20%, 10%, 20%, then 50%. Spend 35% of that 50% on your household expenses. 35%. Your house rent, your fuel, whatever you want to pay. Second, 15% of what you earn should be tied to what you call your personal upkeep. That's your lunch, whatever. 10% should be tied to giving. To giving. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
5%, whether you are sick or not sick, save it. It's medical. The other 5%, I call it freestyle. Don't account for it, just spend it. Chop the money. Swallow it. Don't account for it. If you were smoking, smoke it away. If you drink, drink it away. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. Okay, no what? I'm going to email it to them. Do you have the email address?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make that spending plan.
Where do you have the tax involved?
You have paid your tax before this one. You have paid your tax already. But listen. You see, our question is what every one of us is battling with.
Yes.
Able to manage, able to discipline yourself. To be able to spend within the comfort of what you earn. All right. So I'm gonna give everybody something, a gift, because of Mr. Wale. I'm gonna handhold you for the next. They say habit is always ending 21 days, right? I'm gonna walk with you for the next 30 days. Wow. Yes, it's not wow. So I'm gonna walk with you for the next 30 days in the month of May. So every week we're gonna have a discussion. I'm gonna tell you how much. You're gonna tell me how you're doing financially. We're gonna query every expenses. I am not that nice guy. Serious. I am not too nice. But listen, it will worth your time at the end of the period. I've reduced my 50% now to 45%. Because the more I create more wealth, the more the 45% makes sense. Imagine that you have every month, you have 20 million. That's 4.5 million. You can't finish it in 1 month. If you're okay, if you're normal. Are you getting what I'm saying? You won't finish it. So I am trying my own more to creating wealth instead of to spending what I earn. but it's going to cost you only 50K. So if you're willing, sign up, then we'll take it from there. We're going to be doing that consistently for the next 30 days. It's a gift because it normally costs 300,000. I am not that cheap, but I'm going to do it for 50,000. If you are willing, let's make it work. But listen, there are two kind of people that I don't share myself with. I was sharing at Pause event, I think so. How I call my friend, I call some of my friends every month. I said it was nice being your friend, and I walk away. Why? Because if you want to know how good you are, check the next 5 people around you. If they are all broke, you are the sixth person. Yeah. If they are very wealthy, you are the sixth person. So yesterday I've been running with Mr. Steve and Mr. Paul. Guess what? I'm the next big deal. And they seen all of us together, we are the 3 wise men. Not 2 and a half, the 3 wise men. So I carefully build that asset base for myself. So it's your choice. But I'm going to answer the question later, right? Yes. Thank you very much again.